Why does it have to be like a mixture of both? Why?
Hashtag Pride Month. I don't know.
Pride Month
Pride Month is over.
Pride Month is over.
That's over, boys. That
Shit.
is over.
Fuck.
That is
Sup, you bloody legends. My name is Corbiness. I'm joined here today with ColbyH
Yeet.
and Josh.
Howdy, partners.
So yeah, for those of you who are wondering what exactly this is, so basically, me and my good friend Corbin, we decided we're gonna make a podcast, but we didn't know really what to call it, and we realized that our schedule's gonna be busy because we wanted to start uploading a lot more. So we still wanted to do a podcast, so we decided, how about we do it every Friday? Every now and then on a Friday we'll do it. So came the name Talk Shit Friday.
Talk Shit Friday.
So basically, what this podcast is it's just a group of friends talking, shit, just talking about memories, some things we got up to, topics that are in our mind, just general chatter. So yeah, everybody, welcome to the show, welcome to the podcast, and this is the first ever episode. And we're joined with our special guest, Josh, who was actually he hasn't started YouTube yet, but he's planning on. So yeah, a big welcome in the comment section for Josh over there. It's really nice to have you, Josh.
Thank you, guys. Please be gentle. I've only got a little bit of Vaseline. Please be gentle.
What Vaseline?
Well, my boy, I've got a pretty big cock, so you better prepare your ass.
Well, this thing escalated already. I might as well just say, fuck him.
Well, this escalated. Okay, boys, I'm just gonna light a guai quickly.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So there is something, Josh. Now that you started off by saying howdy, partner, that actually brings the topic to my mind that I want to talk about. Toy Story. Have you guys heard about Toy Story 4? What's your view on it? And
Toy Story
it being
4.
all about openly bisexual and lesbian and this and that.
What?
What do you guys feel about that? Yeah, Toy Story 4. It's
Are you sure?
Toy Story 4 is coming.
Let me,
Yes,
let me fact
it
check
is.
this quickly, cause
It is Toy Story 4, and it's gonna be openly bisexual.
I saw something
Story
about the
4
openly bisexual.
is
Yeah.
gay. I'm typing this in Google. Toy Story 4 is gay. I just want to make. Okay, so the first.
I'm literally puffing on my guai because it's dying. For those of you who don't know what a guai is, it's a cigarette. I'm puffing on my ciggy, and there's a lot of smoke coming out, and I look like a genius doing this because you guys are all fact checking me, and I know the truth. I feel like a genius. I look like a genius.
No,
Well, I was
Corbin's
fact checking you, and legit, the first fucking thing that pops up is Toy Story 4 contains dangerous lesbian content, apparently.
How is lesbian content dangerous? In what way?
Dangerous? Yeah, it says dangerous lesbian content.
Hey,
Ow.
listen, that all depends on what they put in.
Okay, well, is there like explicit like plastic scissoring? Is like that? What's that sheep girl's name? What was her name? Hey, someone search that up.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
What?
that
wasn't
Woody's
a little
girlfriend.
Bo Peep? Wasn't it
Yeah,
Woody's-
little Bo Peep. Is she like scissoring the spork now, or what? Or is her and Woody like? Does Woody not have a wiener? Does he not have wood? Does he have like?
Woody's wood is very. I don't know.
How is it dangerous? How is lesbian dangerous?
All I'm saying is Disney Channel is taking, well, Disney itself is taking a completely different turn to what I thought it would be.
Yeah, like they also revealed that one of the Marvel people are also bisexual. So maybe this is like a turn.
Yeah.
No. But that what confuses me, right, is why does it have to be bisexual? Why not gay or lesbian? Why does it have to be like a mixture of both? Why?
Hashtag Pride Month. I don't know.
Pride Month
Pride
turn
Month
up.
is over.
Pride Month is over.
That's over, boys.
shit.
That is over.
Fuck.
That was last month. You missed
Made
that.
an attempt, okay? They try to be on schedule.
Talking about lesbian and gay stuff, I'm just gonna crack open my beer quickly and listen to this. This is top notch ASMR.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, brilliance.
Ooh. This is top notch ASMR. Drinking water out of a fucking 5-liter bottle. I fucking choked. No.
I was waiting for that. I was literally
I'm
waiting.
trying to
for
position it
him.
with the mic and shit, but it doesn't
And
work.
he low-key doesn't want to spill on the. So he's trying every attempt not to, and
Yeah.
it went down the wrong hole.
You see, you people all got something to drink. We took so long with the damn recording that both my Coke, not sponsored by the way, and my Quayle Still Water #sponsor.
Just want to let you guys know something. So we got everything set up prior to the time. So Corbin woke up and I told him, let's record the first ever Talk Shit Friday today. And we opened Discord, we got everything set up, and we sat in Discord sending random gifs, or like gifs or GIF or whatever the fuck you want to call it. We ended up sending those and laughing about it for about, I think it was an hour and a half, boys, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we wanted to record at 11:30, and at this moment it is 1:15. So
yeah, we literally just start recording now, boys. We need to get our priorities.
yeah.
So now, I've got something interesting. Talking about the topic of gay and lesbian, I wanna just bring something up. Did you guys know that when I was young, just for the whole Toy Story thing about it all being openly bisexual and that, it's very weird.
Yes.
Because when I watched the first ever Toy Story, right, keep in mind, I was about 8, right? And at this time, being gay and gay marriage and stuff like that in South Africa was a very, unheard of thing, kind of hush-hush, kind of let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
And, over the time, it all got, accepted, gay marriage, let the people speak, let them have freedom of choice. But just to give you guys a little bit of information, do you know that only as of recently has lesbian marriage and lesbian all that type of stuff been accepted in South Africa legally?
What?
Only as of yeah.
Well,
I'm not
when?
talking
How recently?
Like I'm not talking recently as in like a week ago or 2 days. I'm talking about it as much as a year ago. But if you look at
when it was 2016 and all that shit started happening,
that's the only time when it was starting to get like accepted, because they were fighting for it. But if you think about it, you would think a year is like, oh, that's long ago. But in the situation that it's in, being gay has been around for as young as I am, and the fact that it only got accepted for lesbians like last year, it's quite a big thing, just to think about.
It's pretty hectic, honestly.
You would think like 1 year, but it's actually in the meaning that's behind it. It's quite recent. It's quite early. I think the wound is still, quite open.
Did gay marriage became legal before lesbian marriage?
Yeah, long before that. Like I think 8 years ago.
That's why there's so many feminists, I guess.
But we actually live in quite a fucked up country, if I'm being honest with you.
That's
not for the crime and shit, but so my dad, he was in war, as all of our dads were.
Yes.
Thank God that we don't have to be in that anymore.
If I had to go to war now, I'm so
exactly. How I wouldn't last.
Yeah. Okay.
But my dad told me when he was in war. Now this is the time that if you were gay, you would be arrested.
Yeah.
It was not allowed. And in actual fact, you can go search this on YouTube. It's a real thing. And this is why a lot of other countries see us as a big problem. Not as, as a threat, but just we need to get our shit straight, mainly because of the racism. But also back in the day in the army, if you were gay and they found out, you would be sent to a camp. Not necessarily like a camp with tents, but it's a gigantic building. It was situated there in Gauteng and Johannesburg, for those of you that are wondering. And what they would do in there is they would try and make you straight with electric therapy by shocking you.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And they would starve you. They would lock you up, and they would cut you and torture you and hang you and like hit you while you're hanging. And this is where it gets really fucked up. Didn't they
believe that if you are gay, you are like satanic or whatever? I can't remember. It's like the devil or something.
That was it.
Okay.
It was considered un-Christian because remember back in those times.
Yeah, everyone.
Our parents were about 18, 19 at the time. That was a time of real Christianity, unholy beliefs. Like it was bad. People thought way too much, and it was all about Christian. And if you were gay, because being gay is apparently a sin.
Yeah.
It's a big sin. So they would say, that's a problem, and then they would say it's satanistic. But Joshua, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, like during those times, being gay and that, like you said, a lot of people would go hush hush about it. Because, like you said, it would be considered in most churches, practically all churches.
Yeah.
People wouldn't consider wanting to help people that's gay because it just goes against all the beliefs and everything.
Yeah, like I said, back in those times, Christianity, Jesus and God, and it was a huge thing, you know. So anyway, back onto the most fucked up part about it. If they couldn't turn you gay, right? If you wouldn't change your mind, if you would just stay gay,
Yeah.
what they would do, they would take you into surgery. And there was a guy, I can't remember what his name is. He was an evil fucking man. He died eventually, out of natural causes, but he was bad. He used to bomb little villages that had kids in it because they were black.
What?
He was a huge racist, and he was against he was very against gay people, and he was homophobic. So now, if you wouldn't turn gay, if you wouldn't turn straight, sorry, what he would do, he would operate you, and they would cut off your penis and cut off your balls and turn you into a female. They would do an operation, and remember at this time, medicine wasn't as advanced as it is today. So what they would do, they would cut off your penis and your testicles and that, and turn you into a female. And then they would throw you out on the street and tell you to survive with no clothes, no job, no nothing.
What the fuck?
And you would just have to survive. And most of the time, the people that went through this operation actually died because, like I said, the medicine isn't as advanced as it is today, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So back in those times, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They just made your dick into a pussy, basically. Threw you on the street naked and said survive. And like I said, most of the people that went through that operation actually died. There was several. Eventually, word got out to other countries, mainly USA and England, and England couldn't stand for it. Neither could USA. Remember at this time, gay rights and that were slowly being accepted by the USA, and they saw this as torture, and then
Wait, was this only happening in South Africa?
Yeah, South Africa was the only one. We are the only one that did that.
Oh,
and then the USA and England saw this. Yeah, and then they came down and they put a stop to it. And ever since, again, if you ever do that, they would probably kill you.
But did that guy like go to jail, or did he just die? How long ago was this?
He just got left alone because it wasn't against the South African law, and he was in the South African Constitution, so therefore the US government couldn't do anything about it. But he eventually did die of natural cause. Very, very evil man, you know. And the fact is, there's still people like that out there today.
Well, there's something fucky I didn't know about South Africa's history.
Yeah, but but like Cole said, there's still people out there. But
there is still people out there.
Coming from then to now, you look at it, South Africa is still it's a lot better than what it was.
Yeah.
There's still
Listen, we do have our problems, you know.
I think every country has their problems.
In USA, you Spanish or come from another country, and or like Japan or Chinese, and you speak a different language in America other than English, you get hated on. You actually get thrown with shit, and people don't like it. They say you're in America, speak English, and you know, it's just weird to think. Yeah, it's weird to think how people are like that.
It's like the same in South Africa. If like you go to an old woman and you talk English, and she's like, "Nee, jy moet Afrikaans praat."
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Afrikaans, especially in the Western Cape, right, Cape Town. If you don't speak Afrikaans, it's a big problem. The last time I was sitting in the car, and an Afrikaans guy came to me, right? Now, for those of you who don't know South Africa, Afrikaans is a language, a native language which is spoken, yeah. So I was sitting in the car, my window was down, I was waiting for my parents, I was in the driver's seat, you know, playing music. Obviously, I don't drive. He thought I was driving. So now he comes to me and he says, and I'm going to translate this into English, it's just better for our viewers, but he said to me, are you leaving? And I said, no, I'm waiting for someone. And then he said, well, then you should sit in the passenger seat. In Afrikaans, you know. Yeah. And then I said, I'm just playing music. I'm not driving anywhere. I don't have a license. And he says, who are you to speak English to me? If you want to speak to me, speak in Afrikaans.
But he said that in Afrikaans.
He said that in Afrikaans.
Okay.
And then I said to him, ek kan Afrikaans praat. Moenie sulke poes wees vir my nie. Which basically translates, I can speak Afrikaans, but don't be a puss to me about it.
Yeah.
And then he got angry, and my dad came out. And then my dad spoke to him, and then he eventually left. Which just shows we all have free will, you know, and it's weird that in the world this is actually going on. This is an actual thing.
No, isn't there a fucking thing that says freedom of speech, but then when you speak, then people say no?
Anyway, let's We're getting a bit deep in here.
Yeah, we're getting deep. Yeah, let's have a.
I'm getting depressed. Let's change.
Yeah, let's change the subject. I'm thinking now.
Any of you guys got some, fun childhood stories?
a fun childhood story? Josh.
Yeah,
Josh.
when shenanigans, shit you got up to as a child that was naughty.
This isn't really a fun story, but it's
Tell it, man. Just tell it.
Alright,
Ooh,
nice one.
pardon you.
Pardon me, sorry.
so in about grade 1, first grade, whoever else is also watching. So grade 1, we used to do like swimming lessons and that in my school.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Having podiums.
Yeah, Josh, you broke up the
You broke up there, man. You're gonna have to just...
I don't know what's, but anyways. So the one day we're there in the pool. We're at the diving podium.
Yeah.
Yes.
We decide a lot of us are gonna do a couple bomb drops, have a bit of fun, because I'm about 7 years old.
Yeah.
So I decide I'm gonna jump. My dumbass jumps skew.
Skew? What? How? Like,
don't ask.
Okay. I won't ask.
All I can imagine, all I can actually imagine is a 7-year-old Josh, diving off of he's on like this extremely high, like bouncing board. What are those things called? Diving board. On an extremely high diving board, he's getting ready. He's sucking himself up. He's going to impress the girls. He's going to impress his
7-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just standing there topless in his little beach shorts, and he's just so ready. He's bouncing, and then as he's about to go off, his cannonball, his foot just slips to the side, and he just like absolutely ribs in the diving board, you just see Josh fall and do like a mid-wheel cartwheel, and just hits the pool, and then there's just silence. It's just silence. And Josh just gets
for
out there
2
and
seconds,
he's got like
and then
a completely twisted ankle. Like half of his ankle is in a full 360 degrees, and he's walking out there. All the chicks are like, "What the fuck?" His friends are like going crazy, and Josh is just crying. That's all I can imagine. But anyway, go.
Actually,
tell your story, Josh. There
was a little bit more blood involved.
Oh shit! Fuck. Well, this got dark.
Okay. Oh, I thought my one was bad.
Okay. Continue.
I probably would have wanted the twisted ankle and the rib shot. Okay. What happened was I hit my chin on the brick part of the pool, like the edge of the pool.
Oh, dude. Fuck me in my ass, dude.
So landed up, cutting the underneath of my chin. Needed stitches.
Oh,
my mother.
Wait, is that what that scar underneath your chin is for?
Yes.
That explains everything.
Shit.
I've literally, since the day I met Josh, I wanted to know what the fuck that is about. Oh, I know. You learned things.
Hey, after this story, then I have a story also about a scar. Okay, but Josh, continue.
So, okay, they've managed to bandage me up there at the school, waiting for my mother to pick me up. My mother picks me up. She laughs at me because I look like a basket, the way they packed my head.
All I could just imagine, dude, is this like huge clump of bandages just around Josh's head, dude. And it's like a pillow that's been folded, and it's just hanging around Josh's head.
So eventually, I got to the doctor, had my stitches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It happened again. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to listen.
I want to know what happened. Just let me know.
Maybe I'm doing it to you on purpose. Anyway.
Are you doing it on purpose?
No. Unfortunately.
So you got to the doctor, right? And you got the stitches, and then what?
Got the stitches after after about 20 nurses holding me down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And eventually I went home. My mom gave me a chocolate. I was sorted for the rest of the day.
Oh.
Wow. Just how a 7-year-old would act after getting 4 stitches.
Okay, so Corbin, you said you got a little bit of a scar story.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's the burp. After every story, there's a burp.
I ate popcorn earlier today, and I just smelled the popcorn, dude.
Did you know popcorn is a gassy food?
Is it?
No, we just found out.
I don't know. I heard it somewhere. I was watching Kenny versus Spenny, and then they were seeing who can fart the most, who can make the loudest fart noise. And then Kenny said, no, Spenny said popcorn is a gas food. I was like, I don't know if this shit is fucking true, because it is in fact Kenny versus Spenny.
Whatever happened to Kenny versus Spenny?
That's a good question.
Yeah, you know, they just disappeared. You know, I think that Kenny versus Spenny is basically like it's basically how can I say, what is the correct terminology here? It's the history of Filthy Frank before Filthy Frank was a thing, you know?
Like, Kenny vs. Spenny was like this shit. I remember when I was young. I was like way too young to even watch Kenny vs. Spenny.
I never watched Kenny vs. Spenny, actually.
It was amazing,
Josh.
Do you think,
but anyway,
I really want to know what happened to those guys.
I know exactly what happened. I can tell you now.
Okay.
Now I feel smart. The moment when you felt smart with your guy, I'm feeling hella. Where's my fucking vape? Anyway,
I'm lighting a guy. This is interesting.
So Kenny versus Spenny, they broke up. Like they split. If you go on YouTube now and you search Kenny Hots, he actually has a YouTube channel and he's posting like things on there. I don't know what he's posting. I saw that the other day. And if you go on Instagram and you search Spencer, I don't know what's his fucking surname. Anyway, Spenny has a band now, and yeah, that's
wow.
Yeah, Spenny actually has a band. He's making music for a living, and that's it.
Why does that happen to anybody that's famous with that type of shit? Like, look at Filthy Frank, right? You know.
Yeah,
Filthy
and even
Frank
he makes
was
music.
and now he makes music now, and Kenny versus Spenny now. Whatever fucking Spenny or Kenny, whoever the fucking who it is, Spenny is now making music, you know. And Spenny was the most like Filthy Frank if we look at it.
Do you think we would ever make music one day?
No, I can't.
You know, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. One day, hopefully, if I'm not trash enough, if I ever become famous, I want to do rap.
Auto-tune that shit, man. Post Malone style.
That man always sounds like, no hate to Post Malone. I love his music, you know. But yeah. He always sounds like he's shivering in his
yeah, he always sounds like he's ooh, I'm full. Yeah. He's always shivering, he's always cold.
So talking about scars, you know, I've got an interesting story.
Oh shit, I haven't even told mine
yet. I like how we skipped the
yeah,
I forgot.
Well, go tell your story.
Okay, this is a quick story, I'll make it fast. Tick. Okay, so when I was like in grade 1 or 2, I think 1. No, fuck, I was still like in like the school before you go to school, like
before then.
Yeah, preschool, yeah. I was like on a swing and I was swinging lacquer, and then I fell off the swing, and then I was like, ah!
How tall was this fucking swing, by the way? Jesus Christ.
Jesus, I don't know.
Was it those big boy swings? That's like swings off the fucking highest.
I think it was like the tiniest of swing that ever existed in life.
I can just imagine like Corbin on this little wooden swing going back and forth, and then like his feet are hanging, and then his feet like just hits like a pebble, and then he just goes fully forward, and he just slams his face against the ground like.
No, actually, legit, that's what happened. Well, not exactly the same. Not exactly the same.
He slides, dude. He just slides in that gravel, and then he gets up. And you just see like little pebbles stuck in his face, and he just starts screaming, dude. He's like, ah! He just goes off his head, dude, and he like fucking runs to the teacher and says to the teacher he's gonna die, and then the teacher gets worried.
No, what actually happened was I was swinging back and forth, and then when you go backwards, so you go backwards on the swing, and then you look forward to the floor. So I went backwards and I was like, hey, let me not hold the swing anymore. Let me let go of my hands. And then I legit face planted onto the floor. My head was bleeding. I got 3 or 4 stitches. I can't remember. My grandma still took me to the hospital. That's basically that story.
So basically this is little Corbin, you know, swinging on a swing. Goes forward, pushes the swing forward so that his face almost touches the ground. And then he comes back and he realizes, oh shit, I just survived. He's like, I tempted fate and I survived.
Hey.
Now here comes the next phase. This is the naughty little shit Corbin, who's like, you know, he just succeeded in this, so he's gonna give it another attempt. You know, and he goes and he does it again, and he's like, oh my god.
Yeah, actually that was what happened.
This is little shit Corbin again. Like, you know, let's take this one step further. This is little shit Corbin now who thinks he's now a god. He's immune to just anything. So he decides, I'm a god. I'm just going to not hold the railings. And then this is little shit Corbin going forward. Then there's little shit Corbin about to hit the ground. And in his head, he's thinking, well, fuck. And then there's little shit Corbin that hits the ground and starts crying. And Karma is sitting over your grave and laughing at you
Karma
because
is
of
going,
what you did. Karma, this is what happens.
Fuck Karma.
So now,
yes, I should not say that. Karma, I'm sorry. Please.
Now, this is Corbin as soon as he's falling. Laugh goes, to be continued. That meme just pops
got
up.
that dude.
No, as I was falling, it went slow motion. All around.
Yo, how
me
slow does
are
that shit go? You see this ground coming to you.
faces.
Like, you ready yourself.
Yeah.
So I went, one time I went out to a place called Bucks. You know what Bucks is, Josh?
Yes.
It's basically
I have
like
no
a
idea.
club slash.
Okay.
It's basically a club slash
okay.
kind of drinking place. Wait, I need a verb.
It's very dodgy.
All right. Told you say.
So I went out there, okay? And at this time I was dating Megan being my ex. But anyway, so I was dating Megan. I went out to Bucks a lot. And I'm having a good time, I'm socializing with people. I saw quite a few people there that I know, Chloe Danes, whatever. So I saw these people there. I'm socializing. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Then I go out back. I go outside and I decide, I'm going to have a guai. Because, I like guais. So I'm sitting outside having a guai and this guy comes. And he says to me, are you Cole Hunt? And I look at him like with this little cocky attitude and I say, the one and only. Because I know there's shit, there's shit coming my way.
Yeah.
There's shit coming my way now. Because I know this guy looked like he wanted to cause some shit. So I said to him, yeah, the one and only. And he said, glad to see it. And I said, okay, so what do you want? Me pulling my guai, having a cigarette, having a good time. He says, I've got some problems with you. And this is the point where I knew there is going to be a fight and it's going to be a problem.
Holy shit.
So I said to the guy, I was like, okay, you have a problem with me. Maybe you should take the time that you're spending talking to me and use that time to solve the problem because I'm not going to solve it for you. He got angry. He got fucking angry.
Okay.
And he grabbed me by my shirt and he pulled me up. And he said, who the fuck do you think you are? And I said, you literally just asked who I am. And I said to you, that's me. So surely by now you know who I am. Then I said to him, I said, so what is your problem? What are you here for? And he said to me, you dating Megan, right? This is when I knew the problem had escalated far beyond where it should have been.
Wait, Cole, don't you rather want to use a different name? Like,
no, it's fine. If anyone wants to come to me, they must come to me.
All right.
So this guy comes to me. He says you dating Megan, right? And I said, yeah. Now I never told Megan about this. So this guy, he's looking shit, and he says, so why do you cause so much shit with Megan? And I said, where do I cause shit with Megan? Long story short, he says, no, I treat her shit. And there's a problem, and he has a problem with me, and he must stay. I must stay the fuck away from Megan, and whatever. Then I told him, go fuck yourself, and I really I got into his head with all this fucking shit, and I told him, why don't you go fuck yourself, whatever.
Yeah.
Then eventually he got fed up, and you know what? He was like, you know what? How about you go fuck yourself and take that slut and fuck off with her too?
Shit.
Now listen, you can say what you want to me and say what you want about my friends, but as soon as you call any of my girlfriends a slut,
yeah, you don't do that.
So becomes a problem. So becomes the moment when
I just want to ask, was this guy like older or same age as you?
He was about, I think, a year and a half older than me.
Okay. I just want to put the pictures together in my head. Visualizing.
So this
guy. Visualize.
This guy. After he said that, I said to him, "What did you call her?" And he says, "A slut," because that's what she is. Now I grabbed this guy, right? I grabbed him by his shirt, by the collar. Yeah.
I was hoping you said penis.
Although if he's calling other girls slut, I don't think he has much of a big one to grab.
Ooh.
So I grabbed him by his collar and I pulled this guy and I pulled him hard and I threw him into the wall. Now there at Bucks, the wall is basically made out of these bricks that are jagged bricks, like it's little edges.
Oh, I know
on
those
the
ones.
brick.
I know.
So I threw him against that wall, right? And then I leaned back for a punch, and I wound it up fully hard, like extremely. I turned my back that I went like a full 180, and I just flew it, and I flew it hard. Not knowing me, I've had a few drinks in, and I completely miss.
What?
I'm going for this man's forehead, and I miss. My thing, I scrape his ear, and I hit the wall with full fucking force. And all I feel is a sheer amount of pain. All I hear is the wall go, and all I feel through my body is just fucking pain. And he runs, he fucking books it, man. He runs up the hill, and all I'm feeling is pain. And then I look at my fist. I've got blood pouring down my whole hand from my middle finger and my fourth knuckle, just blood. And all I can see is meat. And I look on the wall and there's just a fucking thing of blood on that wall. So I go inside and I've got blood dripping down my pants. Then here comes not Chloe, here comes the other guys, and they're like, whose names I'm not going to mention. They come and they're like, whoa, what the fuck happened, dude? Why are you covered in blood? And I told them the story. Long story short, if you're going to wind up and fucking hit a guy, make sure you're going to aim properly.
Make
or
sure
else you're going to get a fucked up.
just make sure you don't. Just make sure you don't have drinks beforehand.
And to this day, my middle finger knuckle on my right hand is bigger than the knuckle on my left hand. I'll show you now. The comparison is extremely bad, and it's been like that ever since that day.
Fuck.
And my mom has never known because I slept at a friend's house when I went out, and I got rid of those clothes and I wore one of his denim. But yeah, that's how I got a scar on my finger.
Okay.
That's the best scar story I heard today. Josh, yours is like an 8, mine is a 5. Paul has 10 out of 10.
Just call me the Punisher.
The Punisher. Oh, is that your fucking stripper name?
That's my nickname, dude.
Oh, the Punisher.
Okay. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. But when you were small, I'm now. Keep in mind, I'm talking about like 6.
Okay.
Did you get scared of the slightest of shit of being in trouble? You know. I remember once when I was in school. Yeah, like I remember once when I was in school. You know, I wrote on the teacher's blackboard, chalkboard for all those Americans out there.
Yeah.
I wrote on the chalkboard, and the whole day I just went through like a sheer constant thing of fear of the teacher knowing it was me and then calling my parents. Because back in that time, before I reached about 11, my parents beat me. And when I say beat me, I mean beat me, dude. Like a raw chicken breast taking in salt. They used to beat me, dude, with a hand. And my dad's hand, because my dad did construction for a while, so his hands it's like sandpaper. So when he hit me on my ass, it hurt like shit. So I don't know if any of you got scared of, like after the first time of your father beating you properly, after that point, when I was young, it was like, if I do anything, I'm too scared. I don't know if any of you.
I remember. Okay, sorry, Josh. You can say. You can tell your story, then I'll tell mine.
I mean, for me though, I think I got beat a few times when I was a kid, but a lot of the time I learned from that, or I just didn't tell my parents what I did.
Oh, that's the smart move. That's the
Straight up.
That's the game changer right there.
Straight up.
Did any of you, like when you were young, school was all fun, you know, you had your friends and.
Yeah.
But the day I got my report, every day that was like that, that would be the worst day of my life because I would just shit myself every time, and I would have this in the back of my head. You know, I'd be having fun at school. You know, running around. You know, snot coming out my mouth, like, and I was just like, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
And then randomly, I'm chasing my friends, and then I'd stop. And I just remember, like, that thought would come back. If your report card is bad, your parents are fucking you up in the ass. And then my day would be ruined, dude.
I remember once when I was, like, in school. And I told you guys the story before, but I'm going to tell it again. Because I'm mad.
remember.
I'm mad about this. Yeah, you guys know. Let me tell you all this story now.
I got snacks for this one.
Snacks, okay. So I was sitting there in class, and then I was just sitting there, and this teacher called me to a desk. I was like, what did I do now? And then she shows, there's this other kid, and he shows me his leg, and he pinched his leg, and he told the teacher that it was me that pinched his leg, but it wasn't me that pinched his fucking leg, it was him, he did it himself, he just wanted to sabotage me, that fucking... Nah, let me just chill, But anyway, so he told the teacher, I pinched his leg because it was like red and all that, and then I fucking told her, I did not, he did it himself. And she's like, why would he pinch himself? It doesn't make sense. I'm like, oh fucking no, God fucking... that was what I'm thinking. I was like, I don't know, Jesus, this guy must hate me or some shit. And then she fucking gave me 2 shots with a fucking stick on my hand, and I was so angry. Yes, I was angry.
This is legit words too when he was angry. Noah's egg.
Yeah, that was my words. Noah's egg push squad.
Oh my god, this is so fucking dry.
Dry, what are you eating? What snacks are you munching?
Natural Valley. Natural Valley. Crunchy oats and honey.
Lil Pump's next song, Scrunchy Valley, honey. Nah, fuck that.
Talking about anger.
Yes.
When I was in grade 7, there was this other guy. I'm not gonna say his name because he's an asshole. But yeah, I got cereal. So at the little shop at our school, they used to
Why are you laughing?
I'm thinking about it. So it was a little styrofoam cups. They used to put cereal in it and milk and a little plastic spoon, and you could put sugar on it.
Yeah.
And you can have cereal in a cup, you know. I'm walking, you know. I'm going to my friends now. I've bought this stuff, and I'm walking to them. This man bumps in me. I get milk and Fruitios all over the blazer. I've literally got Fruitios and milk, and I'm angry. I'm an angry man.
Yeah?
I've got a bone to pick with this man.
You just fucking wasted your cereal.
This
You
man
fucking...
is tall, dude. He hella tall, dude.
Oh, okay.
Big man. He ain't a small little boy. And I look up to him, and I'm still angry, dude. I'm raging. And so I have this milk in my cup with like 4 little Fruitios in it. And I go Super Saiyan, dude. I go angry. I go Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Like I'm like and I crunch. I like squash the styrofoam cup with milk in it and Fruitios in my hand. I'm like and all I'm imagining in my head is like I'm a superhero, dude. And I've got super strength, and I felt so badass while looking at this guy with the angry like expression on my face.
Oh, you were closing your fist. You were closing your fist and all that.
Yeah, my one fist was closed, and this one had the cup in it, and I was like, and I just broke it, and like my hand was covered in milk, and all I thought was Super Saiyan. And then I threw down the cup, and I just ran away. I bolted. I booked it, dude. I just ran down the corner, and I ran to my friends, and I said to them, guys, I almost got in a fight. And they're like, oh! And that is the day I felt like a badass.
Damn.
And that cup, and lunchtime came, and the cup was lying there, and I looked at it, and I was like, this is a day I will remember.
What a brave, badass story.
Yeah, what a brave man.
So let me tell you the story, okay?
All right.
Also around grade 7. So, I'm there, minding my own business with my tuck money, standing by my tuck shop. I want to buy something. So a dude comes up to me. He asks me for my lunch money.
Yeah.
So I'm like in my head, I'm thinking, I'm gonna tell this bitch no. I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna hit him. I'll end up going down on one knee and giving him money.
That was going. I thought that was going another way, dude. When you said get out on one knee, I was gonna be like, that's dick. Did you suck this man's dick to get your tuck shop money? Just gets down on one knee, like totally, like let me fucking do shit. Just totally gets down on one knee, like.
God damn.
Let me suck.
We are some true badasses, guys. We are truly badass.
Just imagine. Josh just gets down on one knee on me and he just like goes his arms like, and he's just like, let me suck your dick.
Let me suck your dick.
Let me suck your dick, okay? Just imagine little Josh on his knees saying, let me suck your dick.
Lick my
Okay?
nut.
Let me keep my money, I'll suck your dick.
We truly are the
Oh
most
my God.
badass people on earth.
So, you guys wanna hear the time I almost got arrested?
You can catch next week's episode of Talk Shit Fridays over on ColbyH's channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. And thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Especially those that made it to the end. You guys the real OGs. I wanna thank you. And yeah, we're gonna make a lot more of this type of videos. 1 week it's on my channel. Next week it's on Cole's channel. Thank y'all so much for watching. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe. And see y'all in the next video.